pulling into Ann Arbor right now, and Nick's gonna talk a little bit.
So what we're doing today is, as Austin explained, I believe, in the beginning, we're going to the Vaults of Midnight. It's a world-renowned comic book store in Ann Arbor. They won the Eisner Award last year for best comic book store in the world, so that's pretty freaking sweet. It's locally owned by a husband and a wife. It's a really cool store. They pretty much have anything you look for there, no matter what type of comics you're into. And we're getting there early so we can look around. But what we're doing today is heading down there for my comic book show, for my sequential art class. There's 8 other people, I guess 9 other people with the 2 coming in from another class here. But we will be doing a little bit of presenting today. Got a little PowerPoint presentation all people are going to do. Talk a little bit about our process, inspiration, and books. And then, of course, we're going to be selling them. Everybody gets a table. I printed off 50 books for this one, $4 a piece. And then I'll be sitting there answering questions for all my adoring fans, which I will make today. So,
or for right now, Austin LaFave.
Austin LaFave. I've sold 7 books so far, so I'm
yeah, actually, talk about the gas station we went to.
Yeah, the gas station. I went to the gas station earlier, pick up some smokes before the show. Some smokes. And,
cigars, people, not
cigars.
Classy.
Very classy, very art. I went to pick up some cigars before the show, and the lady asked me why I was dressed up. I love the gas station people. But yeah, I told her I was going to the show, sell my books, and she said she wanted one. Asked the price, $4, and she bought one, so pretty excited.
Good stuff. Got a first fan at a gas station. Is it that the middle-aged mom working there?
Yeah, I love her. She's my favorite.
She is my favorite, too. Well, there's that one kind of girl with her mullet. You know, it looks really angry and mean when you meet her.
I never go in when she's in.
Oh, but
she's late at night?
Yeah, I think she works late at night, but she's such a nice person. Like,
thought that was a dude.
If you think it's a dude, and you think it's gonna be a really mean, husky voice kind of coming out of her, but it's a nice, gentle, sweet, soothing voice that she has. Mm-hmm. Anyways, we're gonna talk a little bit more once we actually get to Ann Arbor City and interview them while we get there to the vault. So, see you guys later. Here's Nick's comic book, Sweet Dreams. It's the cover of it. It's one of the finished ones, actually. Just open up here. It's got a nice index.
Very nice index. That was very timely.
Let's just take a quick look at the art style here.
So that one's, the intro, not too detailed.
Yeah. Here's his intro for it. And Nick Looney's actually selling these at the vaults for how much?
$4 a piece.
$4 a piece.
Trying not to break the bank or nothing. Printed off like 50 or so. Just sold one at the gas station on the way here. That was kind of cool. Had them ask you why I was so fancy. Told them I was going to the signing, and they bought one, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah. All right. How did you go about the process of making this comic?
Procrastination was a large part of it. I don't know, the stories, we were told to come up with stories first, given a main theme for each of them. Some of them were supposed to be a wordless comic, some of them, just autobiographical and all that, and basically come up with a story, make character boards, kind of figure out all my different characters for each story. Then the way that I went about it, that's where everybody kind of started branching off their own style. I would create all my storyboards first, get everything kind of figured out, exactly how the characters were going to be placed, cut out the sheets I was going to be working on for my book, and go into placing my characters with blue pencil, all that. And then I would, where are we going? I would, go ahead and ink everything. There's a lot of scanning involved. A lot of Photoshop work, fixing where I had kind of messed up my different stuff in the comic, and basically each one, I think, my last comic took about 25 hours to do, 13 of which was in one session on a Sunday, and that was awful.
Was that due to procrastination right there?
That was procrastination, and mixed with my printing date being moved up by 3 days, so a lot of work jammed into one. I had blisters on my fingers at the end of it, so that's dedication.
So where'd you go to print the comics at?
Actually, I printed them all by myself through my church. Everyone else had to go to Staples, and it really sucked for them. But
so why don't you tell a story about who helped you print those off?
An old lady. She was a very nice older woman. Knew a lot about computers. I thought I was going to get in there and have to kind of figure everything else out by myself. Oh wait,
We're having a little bit of pound with the GPS right now.
and this thing does not want me to do something good. Hold on.
Alright, we'll be back. Going to go back here with Nick, and I want to ask him the question, what artist inspires you?
Not very good at name dropping artists. Mostly I just know work, but if I had to say one, it'd be Ryan Kelsey. He's a beautiful Asian man. He doesn't inspire me with his art, but with his face. I try to incorporate a little bit of Mr. Kelsey into everything that I do, and not only in my art, but in my daily life. I have a bracelet. I'm not wearing it right now because I'm dressed up, but it's what would Mr. Kelsey do? It's kind of like a what would Jesus do bracelet.
Oh yeah.
It's helped me a lot through my life.
Yeah. Speaking of you dressing up, I noticed you got your fraternity cardigan on.
Yeah, my letters.
So,
I joined a fraternity when I got to college. It's my brother's fraternity. It's raining really hard.
It is raining very, very hard.
Making me nervous, but yeah, it's my brother's fraternity. My fraternity now.
Oh.
It's Theta Chi, the Zeta Tau chapter at University of Michigan Flint. For all of you young artists going out to the University of Michigan Flint next year or the year after, don't be afraid of fraternities. I thought that they were douches, but they're not.
I'm here with Ryan Clater, professor of the comics and narrative class, if I said that right.
Yep.
And I just want to know, for the kids who are planning on going to art in college, what words do you have for them?
I'd say be prepared to work very hard. I think one of the common misconceptions is that art is kind of a joke major, and there's a ton of time that you have to put into being an art major. So be prepared to do a lot of homework, and if it's something you enjoy, it'll be really rewarding.
So, do you teach any other classes besides the comics and narrative?
Yeah, I teach the comics and visual narrative, color and design, intro art classes, and I also teach a lot of graphic design courses like Photoshop, Illustrator, web tools, that sort of stuff.
Could you give me a brief summary about like each of the classes types, like the graphic design and the intros?
Yeah, the graphic design courses, one of them that I teach at University of Michigan Flint is sort of a Photoshop Illustrator combo where we're learning part of the class is in a vector art program and part of it is in a rasterized program. And then at the end we kind of combine the two and talking about the fundamentals of design and how that relates to digital ways of output. And then I don't know how many classes you want me to go over.
All right, that's fine. One last gag question. You look strikingly similar to my art teacher, Mr. Kelsey. Do you think you are a long lost brother, or by chance?
Probably just a generic white boy.
Oh well, he's Asian, so I think there might be a yeah.
I gotta see this Asian guy that looks like me.
You're a little bit skinnier than him, but you look just like him. All right, well, thank you for the interview. I really appreciate that.
No problem.
And see you next year.
Okay, great.
We're leaving Ann Arbor right now, and I wanted to ask Nick, how did the art show go?
Art show went very good. I got to present. I sold a lot of books here, a lot of cash. That's one thing you can look forward to in college, is your shows are going to be really successful. So that's my main highlight.
So how would you say all the other? So there's 9 students there at the.
There was 9 overall, 7 for my sequential art class, and 2 were actually students that got to take it a second time. Because you're actually U of M, you're allowed to take the class 4 times for a credit, and each time less students, more different kind of schedule of what you'd work on. Like they did a full solid book, but 9 students overall. We all did our presentations, like an hour-and-a-half long presentation period, followed by book signing. Plus, that guy from I Love You Man, one of the main characters, came into the signing in the middle of it and looked at me. What was his name?
Jason Segel.
Jason Segel came in the middle of it and like gave me a wink and then left, and I was like, that was really weird, and it was really him, so that was kind of cool.
So what do you think that wink meant?
Great comics. Good job.
It's not like I think you're a pretty handsome kid. MGMT.